Welcome to another episode with Loans Elevated. My name is Broch TJ, top 1% loan officer nationwide.
And I'm TJ Heidenreich. Together we bring the latest news, strategies, and insights in the mortgage and real estate industry. All right, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about, what are we going to be talking about today?
So we want to talk about the Fed increasing rates, what the impact is. Now, we don't want this topic to sound overdone with our team, because we've talked a lot about it, but the reality is it's all over the news waves, has been for months, will be for months to come. And there are some real distinct direct effects from what the Fed's doing. So that's what we want to talk about, some things you need to be mindful of, maybe some strategies you can take advantage of right now. So I'll get us started real quick.
Okay.
Did you have something?
Well, no, you get us started and I'll add on from there.
Okay, yep. So to get us started, the concept of this episode is talking about Fed funds rates do not have a direct impact on mortgage rates. However, Fed funds rates do have a direct impact on any other consumer debt. Mm-hmm. So you've got credit cards, you've got home equity lines,
auto loans,
personal consolidation loans, any other type of debt that's not mortgage related, because mortgages are established, the rates are established by a security. Not the Fed funds rate, where all these other debts are tied to the Fed funds rate or something that is tied very closely to that. So all of those costs are going up.
Right. And if those debts aren't fixed rates, they're definitely going to be going up as the Fed continues to hike rates.
Yeah, or perhaps you and your family have to buy a new car or have to pay for an unexpected expense on a credit card or something like that. You might have to go get debt today that is not mortgage debt that's going to be dramatically more expensive. So there is opportunity that you can take advantage of, specifically with your real estate and the mortgages attached to your real estate, by virtue of a refinance where even if you have a high rate and you have other debts, you could refi, consolidate, and drop your overall monthly cash flow. So you avoid getting into high-cost debt that is non-mortgage related, wrap it into the mortgage, which requires it's a lower burden on a monthly basis on the payment. And then what you can do is that likely will, with the lower burden, you can reinvest those monthly savings into the mortgage debt and prepay your house extremely quick. We have examples of people saving hundreds of thousands of dollars by doing this. And they're taking a higher rate on their mortgage to satisfy other higher rate debts outside of mortgage.
And not to mention they're paying their home off quicker.
Dramatically quicker.
Yeah.
Like one guy we have is doing this now. We're giving him the ability to do exactly what we just said, pay off all the other debt, take a dramatically higher mortgage rate, and pay his house off if he just pays the same exact money out of pocket that he's currently paying with the other debts, pays his mortgage off in 9 years versus 29 years, which is his current path to paying it off. And in that 29 years with that money out of pocket, considering much of it is credit card debt, the credit card debt could very well just still be outstanding by the end of this.
And he's leaving a lot better interest rate from his current mortgage.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's one option, something you should seriously consider. We're not telling you should do it, or we're not even telling you this would work for your particular circumstance. But
you could also sell and do the same thing, correct?
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And really that is, that's a benefit in and of itself. I mean, I'm sure, do you have any clients that bought with the low rates? They maybe bought the home, because back in the previous market that we were in, it was so competitive. People had to buy a home that they had to buy the home they could get. They didn't buy the home they wanted because it was so competitive.
Right.
Do you have people that have decided, man, this house is not working out for me and my family, and I'm buying a new one now and giving up my low rate? How's that?
Yeah, no, I've got a client right now. He was an attorney, does not qualify for like any of the student loan stuff that's going on right now, but he bought a home during 2020. Kind of outgrown that home, and now he's looking to sell that home. He's gained a bunch of equity during that time. He's paying off all of his student loans with the equity that he's gained, and then buying and upgraded his house. And his payments, even after the student loans are paid off, he's actually paying less for his current home now, and he's upgraded his house. So it's working.
So less money out of pocket. He gets a nicer home, and that's with the super high interest rates we have today, which we're going to be refinancing him at some point.
Correct.
In the relatively near future.
And when we refinance him, it'll be way better for him. I mean, we're talking $400 a month you'll be saving.
And the opportunity there that I like to highlight for my clients and highlight for you guys listening is if you can buy a nicer home that puts you in a similar financial position, doesn't put your family at risk, meaning you're not buying a nicer home just to buy the nicer home and forgetting about not being house broke. But what I'm saying is if you buy a nicer home like this gentleman did and you have relatively the same out-of-pocket expenses, but you spend an extra $200,000 on the house by consolidating debts and using some of these strategies. Well, let's say home prices appreciate at 5% per year. You spend an extra $200,000. That means that you make $10,000 per year in additional equity because you spent an additional $200,000 on the house, and that is your bottom line net worth, wealth creation for the long run. So, I think the biggest thing that I want to leave with, which is the most important thing in my opinion. Our industry is just riddled with misinformation and misconceptions on should I time the market? Is it a good time to buy? Rates are high, I shouldn't buy. Home prices are high, I shouldn't buy. Home prices are low, I should buy, but the rates are high. Like people make all these crazy assumptions, and mortgages and real estate, you can't time the market. It's time in the market that is going to pay you dividends, and the dividends are beyond any other dividends likely that you have access to any other place. It's an investment that will pay you well beyond any other type of investment, no matter if you bought at the peak of prices or at the peak of rates or at the bottom of prices, the bottom of rates. It doesn't really matter. Over the long run, you make a ton of money, and you always have the ability to control your destiny with refis, those types of things. So that's really all I have.
We forgot one last item, tax benefits.
Yes.
Go ahead, dude.
So one major incentive of reorganizing debts into mortgage debt or paying off debt and financing more on your mortgage, utilizing mortgage debt is the tax benefits of mortgage debt. It's one of the only personal debt that you could ever get that has a tax benefit to it. And basically you save on your earnings at a percent, whatever your tax bracket is, and the percentage of mortgage interest you've paid, you save that much money in taxes. So this can be significant, and especially when the rates are high, this opportunity is amplified. So this is the silver lining of high rates. And if you consolidate debts and use some of these other strategies, it's something that definitely can't go unseen, or something that needs to be considered in your whole strategy or thought process in dealing with your finances.
Perfect. I have nothing to add on that. Make sure you have a good CPA too to work with.
Yep. And we have referrals for those if you need one.
Yeah. No, if you guys, if you have any consumer debt that you think you might want to pay off, or if you don't have a retirement plan, please talk to us. And next week, we're going to be talking about investment properties, all things to do with investment properties, cash flowing right now. And if you guys have any topics you want us to cover, contact us, shoot us a DM. We're on all social media platforms at Loans Elevated. Anything you want to add?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Just lean on us if there's any questions. Yep. Recognize there are options that you may not be considering. It's a very non-linear world that we live in, and there are massive benefits that you could capitalize on. But if you listen to the people that you know that may have bought one or two houses, or your parents, or the news and media, if you listen to them, you're probably going to be making emotional decisions that are not strategic and not financially savvy decisions, even if it's a financially savvy person. You need an expert to really understand your options. So I would just say, if you're thinking about something, you have a financial issue that you need to solve, lean on us. We're professionals. We can help you. We offer free consultations. There's no commitment to do a loan. If you talk to us, you don't pay anything, and there's no commitment to do a loan. So you can get free advice, and this is all we do all day, every day. I've been doing this 15 years. I've got north of 40,000 hours invested into strategies, worked with thousands of people to come up with the best strategies and help fix their financial picture. TJ has been in forever and invested a ton of time too. Definitely probably over 10,000 hours at this point. Yeah, he works like 16 hours a day. Yeah. But anyway, lean on us if there's anything we can do.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. For more industry insights, follow us on all platforms at Loans Elevated.
And to get in touch with our team, call or text 801-713-4000 or visit loanselevated.com.